Hello everyone, it's me CJ and welcome to my video. For a while now, there's been a dirty secret with AMD graphics cards that none of the big tech YouTubers ever really touch on. It's that, at least on Windows, they've had absolutely terrible OpenGL support. If you take like an AMD RX 5700 XT, for example, one of the higher end AMD cards, at least before they released the 6000 series, it would get worse performance in Minecraft, which is probably the most popular game that runs in OpenGL. It get worse performance than the GTX 1050 Ti, which is a card that was less than half the price, and also a way older card than the 5700 XT. And this effect is seen across the board no matter how good of an AMD card you have, whether it's the RX 6900 XT all the way down to a very low-end APU that's like 10 years old. It doesn't matter, this effect is always the same. And I was actually going to make an entire video about this subject, but just in the nick of time, AMD, after ignoring this problem for years, finally decided to work on their OpenGL implementation. And we started seeing these new beta versions of AMD graphics drivers that had this really amazing performance increase in OpenGL. And now finally we have the full release driver. It's version 22 something of the Adrenaline software. I forgot what it is, but I know it's 22 versus 21, which is the previous major release. And people have been making videos on YouTube where they've shown up to 3 times for the performance in Minecraft versus before. But all the people talking about this are talking about it, with their, their gaming cards, whether it's, the RX 6600 XT or the RX 580 or anything like that. Nobody is talking about a situation that lots of people find themselves in, like myself with this laptop here. So this is a Lenovo IdeaPad 320-15 ABR, and it has an AMD A12 9720p APU with Radeon R7 graphics. So this is the very last of the pre-Ryzen parts from AMD. So this is based on the Bulldozer architecture, which is pretty infamous for being basically the dark ages of AMD. So this is a pretty unique situation because a lot of people have computers like this, and this is obviously a lot lower end than what lots of people on the internet are talking about. And this is just a processor with integrated graphics. So my question is, does this performance increase affect even the lowest end AMD equipment like this? Because if it does, I really need it, because Minecraft has always not been the easiest to run on this, but it's gotten particularly harder as Minecraft has become a very demanding game with the recent updates, and that's another topic for another video. But now I struggle to get 60 FPS even on the lowest settings with Optifine, by the way. So what I'm going to do in this video is we're going to take a look at the current situation of this laptop with these are the previous drivers, and I've seen that they have released the new drivers for this processor, and I mean this APU, excuse me. And we're going to see if it actually makes a difference even on hardware like this. So let's take a look. I got my Minecraft launcher open, as you can see, and we're going to go on a server I like to play on. I'm going to show you the performance we get, and then I'm going to install the driver and we're going to compare. And hopefully it will really help, because there are a lot of people with systems like this that would benefit a lot. And not just Minecraft. I mean, OpenGL is not used in like AAA games, but there are quite a few games that use it, and also emulators, where they're talking about like emulating modern consoles like the Nintendo Switch, which is something I don't recommend to do, by the way. I think it's kind of wrong to do that, but people do that. Most of those emulators all of them use OpenGL, so they have seen quite a bit of benefit from this new driver as well. With all of that out of the way, let's actually get started. I'm going to hit play, and I'm going to skip forward here because my computer, this laptop, takes quite a while to open up the game, so I'm not going to make you sit through that. Alright, after about a half hour of waiting, literally, like my game did not open, I had to reboot the launcher multiple times, and I had to go do something. We are finally here in Minecraft. Happy birthday, SP614X. I guess the person who made Optifine put a birthday note in for himself. Okay, then. Anyway, let's take a look at my video options and show you what we're going to be playing with today. Fast graphics, smooth lighting off, 8 chunks render distance. I mean, I like to be able to see a little bit. So I at least have 8. Simulation distance 5, which is the lowest it can be. Dynamic lights is off. No frame rate cap. Render regions off because it's not good for integrated graphics. Smart animations on. Fast render on. Fast math on. Smooth world on. Dynamic updates on. And I have chunk builder set to semi-blocking because the other option is threaded, and I don't want to be using lots of threads. This is only a quad-core processor with no hyper-threading. Lazy chunk loading on. And details, I'm not going to go through all this stuff, but you can look at it. I basically have everything set pretty conservatively, except the fog. I can only be on fancy, I guess, though. Quality, similar stuff. It's pretty low settings. We are going to head on server I like to play on in creative server, and I'll show you what kind of performance we get. Now, I mean, this isn't terrible. You know, it's definitely playable. You know, I would say anything above 30 is playable. But the problem is you get things like this. See, we have this massive lag spike. It just froze because we're about to render in this huge thing over here. So, that is a problem to me. I just realized you can't see the frame rate. I apologize. I'm looking at the... Hopefully it's visible now. I mean, it is visible. I don't know if you can really see it just because how this phone picks up the laptop screen. And by the way, I'm absolutely not screen capping with this. That would be stupid because... yeah, it's not high-end enough. But anyway, so yeah, right now we're getting 28 FPS. 30. This is with this big building here. So that's actually not terrible. But again, like... the problem is the stuttering and the lag spikes. And again, right here, look at that huge lag spike when it was loading in the chunk. So, let's see now if we can do anything about this. I mean, if I can't, this is okay, but I would like better. So, let's take a look at downloading this. Let's take a look at downloading this driver. So, let's go look it up. Okay. Alright, okay. Processors with graphics, AMD A series, A12 for laptops. 7th gen, A12 9720p, yep, that's what we got. You can see Windows 10 64-bit edition, so it is legacy. It's only 5 years old and it's already discontinued. Or I guess some likes they did make this new driver, so it's 22.61. I'm gonna make sure this is what I'm gonna want here. So it seems like that the drivers that they didn't put the OpenGL improvements into the more public drivers until 22.71, which is the one that came out last month. And this is 22.61. So AMD, this is disrespecting these old APUs by not giving them the best performance here. It's a bit disappointing. Now, I'm going to see if I can find these for this product here, because maybe, alright, I'm going to try to download this anyway, even though it's not officially supported. I mean, it's just one revision after the one that was supported. I mean, I can't imagine that it all of a sudden would stop working. But yeah, even they advertise it on their website. OpenGL up to 79% in performance in Minecraft. 4K fabulous set, yeah. Now this might be stupid, but I mean, honestly, if AMD like if this does not work, I'm gonna be a little bit pissed because they literally the version after the one that is supposed to be the last one, that's the one they released an update for. I mean, it's a bit stupid on AMD's part because Ryzen still does not have that much of an adoption rate, really. I mean, if you talk about like PC gamers, it has an extremely high adoption rate, but outside of that, like OEMs are not shipping a ton of systems with a Ryzen in them compared to Intel still. Not that it's non existent, there's still plenty of systems, whether they're laptops or desktops, that have Ryzen, but AMD has a way smaller market share than Intel, and that will continue to be that. So I might have some sort of check inside that says you cannot install this. Oh, at least one screen comes up here. I think this is just the instruct setup thing. I mean, I just can't believe that this is a version. They ordered the version right before this update is the last one that supports these A series APUs. I mean, that's really crummy on AMD's part. It might have been intentional because I mean, there's not really that many other major changes in this version besides that. So maybe they just couldn't be bothered with it or something. I have no idea, but. Well, at least it's letting us extract these files here. Okay, here we go. It's now finished that extraction and it's going to open up the actual installer window. So let's see if it works. I hope it will. If it doesn't, I'm going on the internet and complaining because that would be really stupid. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it was like been discontinued for a long time, but they literally just had discontinued it. Like they can't make one more driver version. Alright, we got the window. It's loading. What are we going to get? Is it going to actually work or not? It's building anticipation, I guess. AMD software is not responding. Oh, there it is. Detecting your system config. Okay, yeah, this is not going to be good for driver and software compatibility. Yeah, that's stupid. Okay, I'm going to try something that might not make any sense, but... So, when it was extracting this... What if I try to manually install it? I mean, it is the same, like, driver. It's not, like, gonna suddenly not work. It shouldn't, at least. So display. I'm going to try to manually install this, and then after that I'm going to try something else. Here. Install, yes. This might not work, but... Really? It's supposed to work? I have device manager open now, so let's try install the driver manually, so... Add legacy hardware. Add hardware wizard. Display adapters. Have disk. And packages. We'll just try clicking on this and see what happens. Model, yes. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna. AMD FDANs. Yeah, this is. I'm just gonna try each one and see what happens. Try this one first. Maybe it doesn't work in like the typical way that the operation completed successfully. I doubt that. That seems well, let's see if it did something here. There. Oh, come on. You know it's not true. Oh, I love Windows. Let's try this, maybe. Getting rid of the display thing. I'm gonna go look online for some stuff. Alright guys, so I tried installing it manually using Device Manager. I don't know if you saw, but it didn't work. I'm not, okay, whoops. I'm not sure if I recorded that part or not. But I also went online and I looked, and it seems like even if AMD is not going to make drivers for these A-series APUs, a modder by the name of NimeZ has been making modded AMD drivers. It's actually gotten quite popular recently on YouTube. And he's going to include support for these with his next iteration. But they're not out yet, at least for this architecture, unfortunately. But I have one more thing I'm going to try before this video is over. And that is, I'm going to see in this folder here, the folder with all the stuff, there's this OpenGL 32sw.dll file. I'm pretty sure this just goes in System 32. I think I can just delete the one that's already there and replace it with this, and it might actually work. So we're going to try to do that and see what happens. I'm not sure if this is going to work at all. I'm just guessing because I remember seeing this being a thing you can do. I'm not sure if System 32 is the folder or not. I should probably get this situated a bit better. Here we are in System 32, and I'm going to see if I can find the files. It might be in a different folder. I thought it was in System 32, but we'll take a look. So, oh. Here we are. OpenGL32.dll. Now what? This is the Microsoft file, so this is just a generic Microsoft one, so maybe the AMD has a specific place where it goes. I don't know. What if I just do something really stupid and just rename this to something else and put it here and see what happens? You know? File operation. Okay, it's not going to let me get away with that, seems. Okay, well, I'm not going to waste my time. So, wait. The drivers. Driver data. Oh god, Windows, come on, it's my computer. I hate when it does stuff like that, like, oh, you have no access to it. Well, it's my computer, like, you can't tell me what I can and can't go into. Oh, okay. This is all .sys file, so I think it's, probably not where this goes. AMD. No. No, I'm gonna just look up the name of this file. What is it? Yeah, AMD. Here. Packages. No. OpenGL32sw.dll. Okay, we got something to go off of now. AMD. CIM, it says. So here's a bunch of stuff. Why don't we just replace it? Oh, bin 64. Well, we are in here. I don't see the file. So. Oh no, it is here. Okay. Now I'll just take a look at the. It was modified on 725, but there's no like. There's an AMD signature on it, so I mean it's a genuine file, but it doesn't really tell me anything about it. It is a different size than the one that was in here, so it might actually perform differently. Okay, we're gonna try to open up Minecraft now. with this hot swap of this OpenGL file and see if that actually works. Now, if you think I completely just have no idea what I'm doing here, that file is, I'm pretty sure, the library for OpenGL, like the specific implementation that AMD has for it. So it might actually amount to something here. So we're gonna try to play, and it might just work. Who knows? So we gotta watch it better open though, because it's gonna of course be slow when I actually want to try it. There it is, finally. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if it crashes. It might. Because, you know, with OpenGL, it's not the same version as the rest of the graphics drivers, so that might create issues, but we're going to have to see. So, let's try it, though. You know, all we can do is try at this point, so let's do it. I am optimistic, I'll say that. I'm gonna skip through this because it does take a while to open, so I'm not gonna make you sit through that, like I said. Okay, the game is attempting to load now, so as long as I see an Mojang screen, I'll be happy. Okay, I can see OpenJDK platform binaries right here. Are we gonna get something on the screen? Come on. I know you can do it. The CPU usage is ramping up. That's a good sign. We're going to monitor this. It's still up there. 88%. 92%. And there's the window. Oh my god. Now, I don't know. The performance might be the same. I don't even know if it's working properly. But I mean, this might actually do something. So. Okay, we're just going to get right. So I'm just going to get right back into the server and see if we get a performance change at all. Now the thing is, what my problem is, I don't know if we are actually using the new library or not. Well, I mean, the game is playing. It's 90 FPS right now. I mean, I never would get that before, so I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know if this, that's not really the answer I want to give people, but okay, actually right now, yeah, it's 74. I need to be able to know if this is actually the file we changed. I think it did. So, I mean, like, this, I'll have to do like some sort of really direct comparison, like, let's go over here to this place. We got a ton of lag before. Oh, we still do. Okay. And I want to point out something else is that it's not just graphics in Minecraft. I mean, the graphics processor that makes Minecraft run well. It's mainly your CPU. And obviously, the Bulldozer APUs or CPUs were not very strong in Minecraft. Particularly, the performance of Minecraft counts on single-threaded performance, or IPC, of the CPUs, and AMD pre-Ryzen CPUs have very low IPC. It's a pretty well-known thing. So, you know, you're already going to have to deal with that. This is about the same performance over here, I would say. I mean, I just really have to, maybe if I ran a benchmark, like an OpenGL benchmark, I'd really be able to tell if anything I just did made a difference or not. Well, I mean, the game is definitely working. So, I mean, is it worth it? You know what, it might not be a huge increase, but I would say yes, just because when you're playing with low FPS, any increase helps. So I say this is worth it. It's not that hard. I'll post the link actually just to the OpenGL file in the description of the video, and all you have to do, I'm going to show you what I did, because I did show it on camera, but I wasn't extremely clear, so I just like saw some reference on that search result to where the file is stored. So what you do is once you have the file download, let's say it's in your downloads folder, okay, you copy the file, And then you go to C, Program Files, AMD, CIM, bin64, and the file is right in this folder. It's right, I can't find it now. It was here, trust me. OpenGL32SW.dll. You just paste it and replace the one that was in there with this one, and it should just work. I want to see if there's anything else OpenGL related in here, actually. If the search box lets me work, it's going here. That is. Yeah, I mean, that's just the only thing there is. So I think we did successfully change the file out. And I think I'm gonna do one more thing. You know, actually no, yeah, this video is getting too long for what it is. So I might do a follow up with this at some point. Maybe run some other benchmarks and stuff. But I think this is a good thing that you can do. And by the way, this is, yeah, for anyone who cannot, for some reason, install the new driver, this is a manual way of getting that OpenGL performance benefits. So, alright everybody, I just wanted to provide a quick update to what's been going on with this, because I went into the AMD folder and I renamed that OpenGL file just to see if it was actually making a difference, because obviously if I rename it and it's working, then it should not work, right, if I rename it. I renamed it and the game still opened, so that meant that it wasn't actually making that much of a difference at all. So what I then tried doing was I went into the Java folder that's inside the Minecraft installation, and I put the OpenGL file there, and I think that's how you're supposed to do it, because if you look online of like people who like have OpenGL errors in Minecraft, and like they basically like show you like how to swap to using the Mesa software renderer, if you've ever heard of that, and they have you put an OpenGL file in there. So I'm like, you know what, maybe I can do that too with like the actual graphics drivers, not just with Mesa. So that's where I got the idea, and the game is working about the same as it was before. So maybe a tiny bit better, but I mean, the main problem is I just can't tell if we're actually like using this new implementation or not. So I think what everyone should do is you should wait for the modded drivers, the NIMZ drivers to come out, because then you should be able to have it no problem. Unfortunately, AMD himself has decided to discontinue this right before they release the OpenGL improvements, so they are not going to be helping us out that much. So yeah, and that's it for this video. Yeah, I know, sorry, it's not the best answer, but at least I tried. So see you guys next time.